How y'all doing? This is Chad Kinney, Lower Coast Garmin, Texas Insider Fishing Report. Here I can give you some good tips on some bottom fishing, how to make some bottom rigs, some jigs, some free line, and what to use, and real simplistic stuff to improve your catches when you're using some reef fish or wrecks for snapper or some grouper, mangrove snapper. So basically what you want to start out with is Mamoy, makes a high catch. This is a 100-pound right here. It comes in packages of 100-yard spools. You can use master spools. I like to recommend at least 100-pound up to about 130 to 150. Reason being, when you take this on a wrap to bring the fish up over the boat, it won't cut your hands, it won't slice into your fingers like that. You get a little bit lighter than that, it'll go. And then also the fish have gill plates on the side that will cut you really easily, but it also keeps it from abrasion on the line there, which will help you from any snapper getting popped off. So this is about as simple as it gets. Just basically use an arm length to make your double leader. This is for a double rig. And so you make your top loop. These are all just loop knots. So you can get a simple line about that long and just make one simple loop through it and come straight back through the center hole right there. And that is it. I mean, that's as simple as it gets. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So this is perfect right here. You can do the same thing all the way down through the top. So this is going to connect to your main line, which you can use their ball bearing swivels. Diamond makes that also. So when you attach that, this is how simple this is also. You just pinch your line, and that'll go right through the ball bearing swivel, and it cinches up. Just make sure it goes right to the bottom of that ring. So you're perfect right there. And the main reason for using the ball bearing swivel is if you go mono to mono, you'll be all right. But if you're using braid and using this mono for the shock leader, that will actually, the braid will cut through that after time and wear on that with the tension fighting that fish. So when you tie your braid and attach it to the top there, then you'll be perfect hook on that, and you can use that. So what you want to do is go down to the very bottom, if you like to, and tie this loop a little bit bigger, because you can put a bank weight on there depending on the current. So you just tie a bigger loop as such, and you attach it to your bank weight, loop it over. If the current's heavier, go to a 16 ounce. The lighter the better is my philosophy. So start with a 6 or 8 ounce if the current's going out the back of the boat, then heavy it up the bank weight until you get to where you got straight up and down almost. So you got your main line up here, and you got your bottom down there. So this is where it's gonna be sitting. So get down, you can make a double hook rig. So you make another simple loop knot there, and you can make another simple loop knot right between your weight and the other one. You don't want them too tight because they're gonna be tangled up together, and you get double hooks sometimes, double fish sometimes, and then they'll be fighting against each other and get messed up. So do another knot like that. It's about as simple as you can get, and you got your double rig there. And you tighten it up. So attaching the hook, same thing as that. Very simple. It's a Eagle Claw trocar hook, circle hook for bottom fishing. You can use this as 7/0. You can go all the way up to 8, 10, 12/0. Get the bigger eyelet like this so it's easier to pinch the line, which will feed through the circle hook. And just loop it right over one time, and that's it. The beauty about this is when you guys are done fishing, instead of having hooks flying all over and hooking your buddies and stuff like that, and you're done for the day, you just take it off, put it back in your tackle box, and you're done. And you can put this loop end, take the weight off, put it on your rod and reel, tighten it up, and you're ready for the next day of fishing. So that's about as basic as it gets on the double rig. So moving over to jigs, which I love jig fishing. This is a bucktail jig, Eagle Claw with a trocar hook. These hooks are money. These things are extremely sharp, durable, tough. This is a 2 ounce. I like using the pink chartreuse. Any color is great. What you can do with this is just tie a main line onto it, 100-pound Mamoy again, about 36 inches. Go to your main line with it, and you can either put a paddle tail on this, a plastic. A great thing to use also is fish bites. Real durable, real tough. Those snapper are toothy, but they're gonna hammer it. You catch plenty of fish, multiple fish on just one strip. So you can just pin it to the strip right there and make it about that long, 4 or 5 inches. So it'll actually get some wiggle and some room on it. Works excellent with a added weight to the jig there. And this is a 2 ounce, like I said. So start with a 1 to 3 ounce. You want to use this when the current's not ripping really bad. As far as ripping, I mean, like if it's really moving fast, you have to go to the bank weight. If it's going to where you can actually drop this 1 to 3 ounce weight and it's going through the water column, that's when it's perfect to actually use this and utilize that for the suspended fish, which are normally the bigger fish through there, and you can see that on your Garmin sounder right there when you're anchored up or if you're drifting. So that's the best way with the jig to do that. And then moving over to another simplistic stuff would just be going straight direct to your Momoy, which I use a 30-pound, which actually breaks a lot higher than that, but 30-pound mono on a diamond. You can tie that straight to your hook with a uni knot, whatever knot you like, and then just free line that with your main line. You don't have to do a shock leader or anything else. The key on this one is that's when there's hardly any current at all. You're anchored up, you got a chum line up, you see the snapper come to the top, and you just barely pitch this bait in there with it and let it float. The key thing is you gotta let it float freely all the way through there. If you stop it with your line, the fish are gonna probably veer off and not be as aggressive. But if you float all the way through and hit that water column where those fish are feeding at, they're gonna take it. All you gotta do is set the hook. You don't need to set it because you're gonna be tied direct. You don't need to pop it. So you just barely set it, and then that circle hook's gonna go on the side of their mouth right there, hook up what the job's supposed to do. It'll roll right up on there, and you can bring them up. And the key thing with that, when you get to the boat, don't get crazy and sling them all over, and don't get crazy with the wrap. You can just slowly lift them up light, or if you have a landing net or anything else you'd like to, that way you won't pop the main line on there. If you like this, there's gonna be a lot more info. Just click on the subscribe button to Captain Rick Murphy on YouTube, and you'll learn a lot more product and techniques.